The hush money trial with Donald Trump is not the first hush money trial with a presidential candidate. Actually, the first trial was back in 2011. You may not remember this, but Jonathan Edwards ran in the Democrat primary against Obama and Hillary Clinton. And it turns out he had solicited over $1 million from campaign donators to keep quiet and pay off his mistress.
It's no hassle. But all I'm saying, they're gonna get I'm just
Riley Hunter, who had a baby with him. You see, he was having an affair with Riley Hunter while his wife had cancer. Doesn't look too good, does it? So he had his contributors pay her off. He was paying her in 2007 all the way through his campaign, and even kept paying her after his campaign ended.
You got busted! You got busted!
So he was prosecuted by a federal prosecutor in 2011. It went to trial in federal court. On one of the charges, he was found innocent. On 5 others, there was a hung jury. They couldn't decide. When you have a hung jury, prosecutors will do one of 2 things. First thing they might do is retry the case. The second thing they might do is just drop it, because they might say, you know what, we just don't have enough there. It turns out the case against Jonathan Edwards was actually more difficult than against Donald Trump, because Jonathan Edwards didn't actually reimburse his campaign contributors. He didn't write a check to them. So it was much easier for him to deny knowledge than Donald Trump, who actually wrote a check and knew his lawyer who was paying off Stormy Daniels. So here's another interesting fact. Do you know who prosecuted Jonathan Edwards? Jack Smith. The same lawyer who's prosecuting Donald Trump for 2 charges. One in Florida for the secret documents that Donald Trump revealed, and also in DC for the insurrection case. So the same lawyer prosecuted Jonathan Edwards and is now prosecuting Donald Trump. And so you have to think, is this weaponization of the judiciary that the Republicans are claiming really that accurate? Right now, as I'm doing this podcast, Biden's son, Hunter, is in trial for having a gun as a felon. Biden's own son is being prosecuted. Back in 2011, when Obama was president, he allowed a prosecutor to prosecute a fellow Democrat, Jonathan Edwards. So think about it. Are the Republicans overblowing and exaggerating what's happening? Would Donald Trump allow one of his sons to be prosecuted for charges if he was president right now? Do you honestly believe he'd allow that to happen? Examine the facts.